Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's at dcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. Big Stompy Robots, the core rulebook, and all the novels and games set in this wonderful universe, because I believe that Mecha should stomp. That there should be explosions in games, and the rules should be as simple as humanly possible. Buy these and blow your dinner table up today. And, of course, Hates and Hellfire, a dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. And standing against the forces of darkness are what we are doing this happy Monday. My friends, my loves, my duckies. We have... Wait. I need festivities. Yes, let me get my lights back up. We have to put a huge thank you to the Benton County Public Library, because the only reason I am able to stream here right now today is because I was able to check out a hotspot from said public library. We have had an internet outage that started Friday. And anybody who watches my attempt at the Historical Fencing Guild knows I had to do that from my phone while we were trying to get everything sorted out. Unreliable. I think the hotspot is crash and under in the name of trust issues. On my count of these, we the deal with the problematic of the internet, which this particular stream, but we are working through it and we are making it. Because what we and create. And we're back. Sorry about that. Apparently, my hotspot overheated. And it is actually physically hot right now. And when it did, it stopped working. But our other internet seems to have gotten back to working. So we're going to call it. You know what? It is working. Knock on plastic. Let's keep on going. My accountability otherwise is I have been doing a lot of work in the background again, trying to solve the world of hassles that we are dealing with. The Nick field is strong. I will be spending the next couple days, if all works well, to do the next stages of the renovation of this room. Hopefully behind me is going to change dramatically and rapidly. It's just a matter of getting things done. And we have to go through this, guys, as creatives. We have to grow and mature and move through when things go wrong. However, we also have to safeguard our energies. There are going to be times when in doing the absolute best that we can overdo it. True confession time. I have a very bad habit of pouring myself out till there's nothing for me to pour. And one of the things I'm trying to get set up that I don't do in the new year is pour so much of my energy into people who don't always give it back. It's hard. Trying to find that line. But I think that's part of the journey too. This year, I've helped a lot of people, and a lot of it has been stuff I haven't been able to talk about. I've also had a lot of things happen that I have not been able to discuss on this format because not everything in my world is for public consumption. So there are certain challenges I don't discuss, but I do endure. And part of my current journey, part of the journey I think we all have to face, is finding where we're going to put the lines of what we endure and how we're going to choose to grow, what works for us. This is important, guys. I talk to a lot of people in the background, and a lot of creatives, especially right now, are stretched to they're near breaking point. A lot of people are as tight as violins. So it is very important we give grace to each other and we give grace to ourselves. That we provide some measure of gentle kindness and mercy to who we are. It means there will be challenges. It means it won't always be easy, and it means it won't always be fun. But it's worth it to invest in what's important. It's worth it to invest in the tools you need for your trade. It's worth it to invest in the time you need to write, to draw, the people on my list, in my feed right now, are phenomenal. And I can almost tell, because I have one on my Twitch. Hello, individual on Nick T. Artist Twitch. I appreciate you greatly. I have one on Indie CD's Twitch. Appreciate you as well. And 6 over at the Nicholas Tockert channel. So all of you guys are wonderful people, and I really do appreciate your patronage and your support, especially in these days. But almost all of you, and in fact, I would say all of the ones that I know are here. There are a couple people who may be watching from the background. You are all tremendous creatives. And none of you are exactly resting on your laurels. And that's a beautiful thing. You need to keep doing that. Keep moving forward. But don't do so at the point of sacrifice of who you are and what you are. Okay? You can't help anybody if you run to the edge. Now, I know that it has done the let's drop down to bloody cold out of the blue again, because yay, climate change. But I hope you're all staying warm. We are well in the holiday season. I'm probably going to put some Christmas lights up. I may even decorate in here again. It's been a while. I'm even thinking of making a new hook to put Lydia where she'd be permanently visible. I don't know. What do you guys want? What do you think I should put up behind me? Should I put up my Nerf blaster? Should I put up swords, or should I put up artwork? I really want to know. I want your advice, because you are the ones who come day in, day out and look at what's going on behind me. Obviously, the 3D printers and computers are going to shift around a bit, but they're going to be there. But what do you want to see? This program is meant to service the community. It's not just me sitting here going, look how cool I am, because I'm a goofball. So me beating my chest and saying look how cool I am would be a bit ridiculous. However, like I said, I want to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run an ad, and I'm going to hop after the ad, and I am running an ad for, like I have been, because I don't have a new ad for Indie CD till Joe is ready. And from everything I've been following, that man is working his butt off for far too many people. I'm worried about Joe. I'll admit it freely. I'm genuinely worried about him overdoing it. Now, he'll never say he does, because that's Joe. But the man is literally super heroic in the efforts he puts out for the community. And I hope he's getting the rest he needs. But since I can't do that, it does give me another wonderful opportunity to highlight the creative works of his lovely wife, Trelane. So we're going to run her ad. We'll be back in just under a minute. And then I'll hit the comments and we'll see what you guys are talking about. And maybe we can get some feedback. So see you in about a minute. Alrighty then. Let's hit the comments. We'll see how far behind I am. And we'll go from there. Again, thank you for your patience. It does look like my actual net is up and knock on some semblance of wood, but it appears to be running quite well. So now that this thing got overheated and decided it didn't want to work, I'm happy. And I know what happened. I was charging it and it didn't like the charger. But first through the door at 9:36 says, good morning, everyone. That's a word from Carl Witzman. Hey, Carl. And followed by Donna Carly Colleen. Hello, Donna. How are you? And hi, and go check the glass of the coffee. Yeah, I could use some coffee. I need to get some coffee. Maybe I'll run one of the longer breaks. I really do want to thank Donna and Carl. Wonder how much dust and cat hair I drink every day with my coffee. I don't want to know. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the coffee. Ignoring the probability cat hair in my coffee. But Donna and Carl have done so much for so many, seen and unseen in this community, and I really want to shout them out. Please go on Lulu and look up their works. They are many and growing, and it's a very impressive thing. Hey, Coffee. Hey, Coffee. Wow. I like to say, hey, Foxy. I said, hey, Coffee. That's a sentimental decline. No, that's aphasia. But how are you, my dear? Coughs up a dog hair while taking morning meds. Hi. And greetings for Foxy. And fur is certainly a trade-off for fur kids. Yep. I say as he wiggles on the bed, staticking his fur up. Of course. Dreamt about writing my autobiography, so I wrote down a few ideas. They're a bit wild. Yes. Accountability, your way. Foxy, but you grace us with your presence, so that is something with which you should delight in. Plus, you've been doing a lot of art. Right, Foxy? Last night, Hermione was building up static by making biscuits on my terry robe, then looked at me when he shocked us both. Not my fault. I don't know why, but my cat Snickerdoodle generates more static than any other cat I've encountered. It's something with his fur coat. I have to try to ground myself out when I pet Snickerdoodle or Boots. It's very odd. So yes, our pets are positively charged. Yet Inigo will then give kisses that shock his tongue. Oh, poor guy, especially with me who tracks static like crazy. Seems to be that way. Hey, Foxy, time to get the humidifiers going, I guess. Dana dangnabbit! I have to keep the show on mute until after greeting from now on because of the hearing aids. Oh, I am sorry, sir. And Rich, thank you for everything. One of these days I may bug you for advice on, well, you and Joe, for advice on getting these goofball printers running, so I don't have to bug you guys for, please, sirs, can I have some BSRs? Morning, all. Hey, Rich and Trey. Good idea, Rich. Munsey level 1 done. Woohoo! I know that's a big deal for you guys. Morning, Rich and Trey. Hey, Rich and Trey. Strip saw Callie bringing me mouse toys and gave praise, so now he's doing the same. Aww. Aww. See? We're on the same page. Callie likes all the cat digger one side of the pan, so he's trained the other cats to push. Oh, jeez. And morning, there is Dawn Dulas, the creator of her stories of her fashionable felines, Buddy and Georgette, which you can read about on Facebook. Boy, it'd be terrible if Dawn would put down her stories of her cats. That would be horrible. That'd be terrible if she started writing more stories about her cats. Or did another Muncie show. Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Everybody's greeting. And Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Yay. We're just blasting through the comments now. Yeah, you guys are all narrating your mornings, and I'm loving it. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. Slaps a like on the counter. Thank you for the likes. Okay, safe for headphones or hearing aids, Carl. And good morning, Josh. Dawn is here, but I'm going to do that just to make your life a better morning, Josh. How are you? And everyone's greeting Josh. And hearing aids. The library has hotspots? Yes. And my hotspot got too hot, probably from direct exposure to the Nick field. Hey, Josh. Hey, Aunt Donna. Okay, maybe not. Uh-oh. Not so hotspots. Poor Nick. Not so. Spinning the roulette wheel of connection. I don't know if Joe is in the back. No one is in the back. Oof. One way or another. Welcome back. I am navigating technical issues all by my lonesome. Behold! I am leveling up personally. I have repaired a computer from non-function to mediocre function. I have navigated multiple Wi-Fi networks going up one side and down the other. I am leveling up. Now, if I can just get YouTube to finally talk to my Xbox again because it decided it wasn't going to, we'll be golden. Okay. I'm always afraid to drop that word lest 3 Korean demon hunter women burst through the wall singing. You never know these days. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you had an enjoyable weekend. Squee! Indeed. And hello, Chris Walker. I just had to hit the squee first. And it was. We got a lot of stuff done, and a lot more is coming, so I'm excited. Poor Joe, your schedules would give me a headache. Oh, yeah. Joe works horrible schedules, and I'm genuinely concerned about him. Chris. Thanks, Chris. I used to work lots of evenings and overnights. Oh, yeah. 120-hour weeks. Oh, yeah. 4-hour turnarounds between doubles. Yep. I remember. We saw each other for about half an hour this morning in the office before he went home to hopefully sleep. I was contemplating office shenanigans as humor, but I won't. Accountability. Overdid the up and down twisting working on logging books. Friday night, went to a vendor event to see Regina. Sat and was on my feet too long. So sat too long Saturday night. Oh, God. You broke the rhythm. You broke the rhythm, I understand. Well, I have one request at that job. No day shifts. I already had a day job. And the day they gave me a day shift was the day I gave notice. Yep. Been there too. To rest them, so Sunday was a mess. But I got some crud done. Glad to hear it, though. That's valuable accountability. Oof, Dawn. Oops, Dawn. And if anyone said my parents good and healing vibes, Viv and Dale have to be at the hospital. Butt crack of me tomorrow. They are, of course, all right. They're, of course, in our heart. They are in our thoughts and prayers, and we wish them the best because we love both of them. I'm sorry. I'm a little scattered at the parental talk as Friday during my stream, my mom was having heart surgery, and I could not be there for it because of Xander's needs. And so I was doing my stream because is what it is. But yeah, it's been a rough run on a lot of parents. We wish them the best. And best wishes for them, Fishman and Chicken Lady. Here, watch over them. And Inigo's saying hi. Hi, Carl. And thank you. Got some glitches. I'll shove off the keyboard. Spoofing him if he doesn't want to isn't easy, of course. I hope Chris is saying, I hope and pray everything goes well and smooth tomorrow for both your parents. That's true. And you guys do a lot. Thank you for the praise. We try. No, you don't try, you succeed, and it's very important. We do a lot. Currently, my niece has stopped paying on her car, which I co-signed on. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Haven't been able to help much of others. You do so much, and you're in a position where, just as we discussed, you help somebody and they overtaxed you. Everybody makes that kind of mistake. I'm sorry that yours is such a financially major one. Oops, my babies. When we moved out of our apartment, I had to have a cosigner. It was 15-ish years ago. He's never had to pay a dime. Bless you, Foxy. Oof, Carl. Time to repo her car and sell it back to the dealer, huh? Sounds like it. Well, yeah. No, I mean, that's what you have to do. If they're abusing you that way, it needs to get repoed. That's what needs to happen. But everyone, enough about my issues. How's everyone else doing? Doing mostly well. My right leg has decided I can't use my heel on that foot. Oh, ouch. Day shift was also working 3 to 11s. Oh, I love 3 to 11s. Yeah. Oh, me too. I worked I think 36 on the clock. You see, if they schedule you over 24 hours, they legally have to give you 8 hours of rest. So at one point they scheduled me 23 and a half hours to get me on the schedule, and Mandy had to argue with it. And I was caring for extremely behavioral special needs clients. Yeah. Ooh, we're in the same boat. I appreciate that, Dawn. I really do. And she said be able to pay her van payments if she'd stay at one dang job more than a couple months. Well, I'm sorry that you guys are having that issue. I mean, that's really rough. Way to go, Muncie Clan. Yes, our Muncie group is doing well. You guys do well. It's really cool. And since we're talking about Muncie so much, let's do the time warp again. No, let's run an ad. You guys can sing along.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Muncie, we want to Muncie, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Muncie, we've got to Muncie. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Muncie is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Muncie, we want to Muncie, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Muncie, we got to Muncie. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Okay, so you guys had fun with that. And we will do chair and all the cries of chair. I was not up to bellowing. I'm still navigating some things. However, appreciate all the kick from my fearless leader. I'm hoping that this program is doing good service for you guys. As we wrap up the year, I am sort of field dressing and assessing what needs done, what needs to change, what I need to do, and trying to slot things in where we can expand. For people who don't play Munzie, because it's like we will do a show sometime. And chair, and we appreciate the help from our fearless leader. And yes, we will, but crates spelled funny. You guys you are in a universe all your own, but you're also very quiet overall. I mean, it seems like a quiet group. Let me check something. I may, yes, crates. Okay. I may set up and just do some chill, since you guys are being quiet, I may just set up and do some artwork. I've got projects that I still need to work on. So give me a minute and we may just downshift to some fun drawing time, because that's always good. So let's run an ad real quick while I shift gears, because frankly, I could use a little bit of fun drawing time and you guys could dig it. So I'm going to run an ad for this because this is the last book that I read, and it's really quite good.
From the moment Security Chief Michael Fassino heard her lilting voice, he was smitten with the Irish lady in distress. But what's invaded his home station at Caladar? And what's that Irish voice doing in his head?
You can find all of Donna Carlene's books on Lulu.com. Find out more about her on the NDCD page at ndcd.org.
Okay, folks, we're just going to slide on over. I got a project. Why is that not? There we go. And starting my humorous autobiography, starting in 580, a bit earlier than I was here. Or was it? Just a bit. Trying to motivate myself to get going. What can we do to help you, Chris? And go, go, go! Go, 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 go! You can do it! No, it really was a fine book. I just have to get on to do a review for it. Let's get a little bit of tunage going. I need to work. This is part of a project I need to work on. It's a little off the beaten path for what I normally show, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not straining right now. Just working on something. So we'll get this. Ooh, I got it at the 20 and 1. And we will just bring the comments where I can see them. Go, Chris! Now, as I am working on this, we can fill I think I want to set the back layer. Could be delete. Okay, well, I can do that. And for now, I'm going to make it multiply, but I will probably change it. There we go. And this is going to be a normal. We're going to. Do I want the? I do love my Zero pen. I'm torn between my Zero pen and Good Pen. Carl, do we get to hear from Old Dan that year? It could be an interesting crossover. I should put Old Dan in there somewhere. The whole thing is comic, of course. Well, of course, this is what needs done. this is actually what I'm doing right now. Is going to be part of a gift project that I am doing for a few people that I know. And part of it is I love to play a game called Magic the Gathering. So, it's a little game, kind of niche. Maybe you've heard of it. But my purpose in this part is setting up what we call proxy or bootleg land cards, but I want to do them in a theme. So I did all those Halloween magic cards, which I believe I showed on here. I may not have. I need to know. But now I am working on land to go with them because there was a request. And I take requests very seriously. So I like to get work done. Now, it's a little tricky because what I'm working on now, would have been done on separate layers if I were doing it a little more traditionally. So I have to almost parse out what layer I want things to be. Sometimes you need to do some art, and you have projects that are on backlog, so you get them done. I know, again, not my usual morning content, but I think you guys will forgive me because I do have deadlines. And I can't really live stream my writing process. I could theoretically do a live stream of how I design, game encounters and things, if that's something you guys would be interested in, but I don't know. Now, right now, you guys are all contentedly talking about the Old Dan comic. Not the Old Dan. The Old Dan guest appearance, which I would love to see. For people who don't know, Old Dan is a Appalachian mythology series. Is the only way I can put it. It's supernatural. It's set in the Appalachians, and it features a character by the name of Old Dan who may or may not have certain very potent Norse ties. That remains to be seen. But by Mr. Van Halfield. And since that is a character who is timeless and immortal, there's a lot of temptation, well, not temptation, but opportunity to put that character into things. And that's one thing I think as a writer we need to keep in mind. We need to keep in mind the opportunities that the stories around us give us. It's like when I am done with this stream, I have certain projects around the house I have to do. And after that, I'm going to be going through my backlog of mostly finished stories. and just seeing what I have to do to edit and improve them to be something either complete or publishable, or essentially get them off my mental corral. I have a lot that rides there, but the only way to do that is to do that. Which I know that sounds, beyond unnecessary. Well, of course, the only way to do it is to do it. But reminding myself, those are great stories. They deserve to be finished, and finishing them and getting them out, even though they're older, well, that just makes sense. And I have a lot of things I need to get done in the next month, and I can't really dawdle on them anymore, as much as perhaps I might want to. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. But since nobody has any real art requests right now, it's a good time. Thank you. This is the link for the Old Dan and Audio story. Please go listen to it. Please acquire it. Preferably the first Friday of the month. But right now, folks can use whatever money they can get, too. So I think it would be a very wise decision for you this has to be like a bit of a raised trail, a built up trail. Anyway, to support, because it's just a great story. It's a great storyline. And it allowed somebody who's done so much in the field of creativity, because Dan's been involved with the longest running free sci-fi anthology online since its inception in the 90s, that being at Fillion. And I think working on something like that and getting the chance for him to, instead of simply, doing what he usually does, which is support others and help build them up, he's doing his own thing. And that's, to me, beyond huge. But I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys think of that. What are the projects that you wish you could do that you haven't done yet? I mean, what's on, I call it my literary bucket list. The list of books I need to write before I die. What's on yours? Because I'm genuinely curious. I have this framed in enough, I can lose this and I can see where I'm actually standing. That's not bad. For an initial workup, I'm not hating this. I need to do more with it. And again, I find myself wishing I had done it across different layers. But it's not without potential. It's just going to take a little bit of work to get there. Okay. I'm also trying to keep this kind of in the style of the Halloween cards I had done earlier. So that's what we're doing. Dan has been having issues and felt in a block. We need to encourage him. Absolutely. Let's an opportunity to be honest and perhaps a little raw. But who here in the chat is currently dealing with some kind of creative block? Who here, I be honest, who here isn't making anything new because they just feel that feeling? Because as we support Dan, part of it, I think, needs to come from a place of camaraderie. And I believe that Angelina Jolie thinks about me as much as I think about her. No, I believe that we need to... the only way I've ever found to get out of a block, an artist's block or an author's block, writer's block, whatever, is to either do something else. Something else creative to offset the block. Once you do something else, the doors start to open up. Or just sit and do it. Just sit and write. Like, almost willingly let yourself write crud. Write anything to just sort of poke a hole in that dam. Now, this is obviously outside of certain reasons for writer's block, because some writer's block, I'm going to the heavy paints, and I heavy paint. Heavy paints. And point to Lissom brush, and the darkest green I have. And a much larger brush. But what's stopping me? And I did. Oh, this should be on another layer. Right now, Carl is being stopped because his hand is being bitten. That is a valid reason to have to stop. I support that reason. But as I get forward. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to do some interesting stuff. Oh, I did not expect that to have that effect. That's neat. Yeah, okay. Anything I do like that is lightning. Fascinating. Well, I like that though. Wait a second. We're getting somewhere. I know I'm coloring all over my picture. It's fine. I know what I'm doing. Actually, no, I don't. That's part of the joy. Haven't got the foggiest clue what I'm doing. That won't do. I have to paint with the transparent. There we go. That's nice. We'll open that up. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back over here. Yeah, okay, cool. We're just going to work it till it does whatever I want it to do. And if I find strange colors causing, incidents of interest, strange colors are going to cause incidents of interest. I'm okay with that. I can also go like that if I need to. Because we can play with layers. The day Nick went cubist. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes you have to go way outside of your field of comfort. And that's okay too. It really is. Because the more I get kind of loose with whatever it is I'm doing, the more I play, the freer my art becomes. Because you know what? I can hit boink and it's all gone and I start over. That's the same thing. When you are writing, you have the opportunity to just delete. You have the opportunity to erase if you need to. But you can't really improve if you're not, if you're not actively doing what you need to do. You can't move up if you're not letting yourself develop. Another thing that can help, I find, with writer's block is if you can't write, switch how you're writing. Seriously, switch how you're writing. Switch what motions you go through to write. So, the spirit of Salvador Dali. I'm not quite that intoxicated, but that's funny because I'm such a teetotaler, it's ridiculous. But Salvador Dali, interesting person. That he and Walt Disney hung out fascinates me. I mean, imagine being just at the table behind some of their conversations. How would that be? What would that have been like? I like to do that. I like to imagine what it would be like just to slightly eavesdrop on some of the greats and see where it moved me, what it compelled me to do, how it compelled me to create. I'm not arrogant enough to go, oh, I want to be part of it. No, you let them do their thing, but you also acknowledge that they're where they are. No, that you can learn so much from them, because one thing I have found is in just about any field, we must always guard against a state of arrogance. We spend a lot of time talking about imposter syndrome. I think it's a good thing that we talk about that, because imposter syndrome is vital. It's one of the things that shuts so many people down. However, it also forces us to not go so far the other way. we have to guard against the temptation to think, as my dad would say, you guys think you're hot snot in a champagne glass, but you're cold boogers in a Dixie cup. We have to find that balance between confidence, that balance that is confidence between that imposter syndrome on one end and arrogance on the other. I am a big fan of the idea that virtues are always flanked on either side by vice, and that the vices that match any virtue are born from the virtue's excess or insufficiency. Does that make sense to you guys? Oh, no. You go patch up your wound. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. I won't hold it against you if you have been literally bloodied. You need to take care of that sort of thing. So yes, please, by all means, if you need bail for a bit to patch up. I love my audience. You guys amaze and thrill me and shock me with your ideas and your inspiration. And I am constantly moved by your input. But the thing is, you need to, and yes, exactly, fine line between confidence and arrogance. And we need to find that balance and develop the positive aspects of such. Okay, I am deliberately going to the line layer for a moment because I want to play with black and shading stuff for the trees. And I'm actually pulling out my thick oil paint because I need to water some of these trees. Okay. What do I mean by water sending them? This isn't the best version of it. I'm running a little thick. There we go. But I was influenced a lot artistically by certain people, and one of them is the incredible Bill Watterson. He did this little comic people may have heard of called Calvin and Hobbes, and had a couple collections. Utterly brilliant artist. But he had this knack for drawing, I want to say, beech trees. And I've always been a fan of the banding that he puts on his trees. Now, I've made a couple errors here, and I need to correct them. But we're going to see how much of it I need to worry about, because I'm going to be coming over here and doing, frankly, a lot of things. But I have to, establish which of these lines are trees. I'll come back, and then I'm going to have to figure out where I want to erase them and balance that all out. It's going to be a thing, and it may not be perfect. I may have to tinker, but that's okay. Because one thing I have found is I truly enjoy the idea of tinkering with things. If I had to choose, I'd take arrogance over doubt anyway. But yes, we aim for confidence. Action! At least with arrogance you're creating. I will say this, at least with arrogance you are putting something out. So I can see your point. I started writing the humor group thinking I could write something funny every day. Sometimes I fail, most times I get close. Now I admit I spend a lot of time using the humor group to share things that I find funny, but my open friend group might not be able to process. And a very, very dangerous question, Carl. Have you considered the thought of taking things you've written that are funny in the secret humor group, understanding that that is now peer-reviewed humor? I mean, that is gold. But have you thought about making a compilation, wit and wisdom from the secret humor group? I mean, it seems to me that that could be something that would serve you well. Not to put too fine a point on it. And yes, Carl says this. I am glad that others are posting now so the group may live longer than I do. This right here is one of the most important concepts you're going to find. There are things that define what I see as making a person great. And I mean that. And I'm not being facetious or exaggerating. I am using the term great very, very deliberately. But one thing, and it's one of the most important lessons we have, is that the person who plants a tree knowing they'll never be able to sit under the shade understands the path of humanity. That is greatness applied. Carl says, yes, I was using the group as notes for a stand-up act, but I could expand that to a book with permissions if I use others. Only original humor, though. Of course, and I think you should. The humor group started the green room, which led to not the green room, which transcended beyond the secret humor group. Yes. I'm honored, Don. Sometime in the 27th century, some kid will say, not the green room, do that. That'd be great. What I love is the kids at the library. The kids at the library use the term not the green room. And I find that this is days. I find that so delightful. That there's enough following of this goofy program that you're watching that people have heard about it, and people who aren't even truly involved are bathing in the glory that is the green room. That just without fail amuses me to levels I can't describe, because amongst other things, when I see somebody succeed and something they care about work, I delight in it, because in part it means that the world still has some measure of justice. It's very important. Digital archaeologists in the distant future finding relics of the humor group. Maybe Nation Squid will do a show. Hey, you never know. I recently found one of my favorite reference sites when I was but a wee squeaky teen. Actually made it into one of the archives. So I got to find the site after many years of using reference based on it. And having such a factor really helped. I need to come over here. This needs to be a front tree, I think. This needs to be a front facing tree. So we're going to just take this. We need. I need to do a custom color. Let's see. Because I need a brown. I need a gray. Well, the gray's already there. And I need to fix that part. Well, that went too far. Okay, let's take this to, again, a more controlled item. And that is way too bright. Way too bright. Well, that's a bit better. I want it to be a brighter color, but not that bright. And this is still too bright, but I'm going to work on it as a base. Maybe you dig up the Ballad of the Pizza Hut Personal Pan Pizza Prisoner, and that could be great. I was working as a manager and dug out some pizzas out of the trash for her, and the manager dug out some pizzas out of the trash for family, wiping ashtray remnants. Oh. Yeah. In my jobs, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a tremendous lot of things, and unfortunately, you're going to see more like that in the near future. I wish, from the bottom of my heart, to be wrong. I really do. But I also know, again, in the bottom of my heart, that I'm not wrong. That there will be people feeling that. There will be people doing that. There will be people who need, unfortunately, to take such an action. Darker. That's more vibrant. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go something like that. No? Wow. What did I get that? No, these. There we go. We'll use that. That works. That pulls it down. It needs to be dark to put. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to get the layers before I really hit the lighting and shading because I have 3 distinct light sources. And like I said, a lot of this needs work. Thank you very much, Carl. And that's what happened to me. I was on the wrong layer. I was doing some stuff over here where I probably shouldn't have. That's okay. It's there. I can work with it now. Because I can always darken things. So I may... Let me see something. No, I want to keep the cartoony look to it just a bit because that's part of the theme of the whole set. So there's always going to be a bit of work I have to tweak at here, but my eraser, make it small enough I can do this. I need to work on this area just a bit. Nope. That was interesting. Oh, I didn't change tools. There we go. Ah, way too big. Way too big. There we go. It's going to go that way. Now I need... Let's play with a lighting layer just to give myself something to work with. And I think I'll stick with soft light for now. And I don't even know if I'm going to use this method or if I'm going to use one of my other methods, but do that. That's going to give me that. And we're getting there. And then we're going to go a deeper orange coming off of... Oh, no, we'll do a deeper orange coming off here. I'm going to have to play a bit with this line. I don't know if I like... That's kind of creepy. And I don't know if it's the creepy I want. We'll see. But I'm going to play with the lighting on the branch while I figure it out. Then we're going to keep this over here. And I need to add some more I'm going to pull it straight up a bit. I want a little bit more verticality in what I'm doing, and I'm going to have to get into this couple bit, sort of base layer. I need to go back to naming my layers. I really, really do. This is going to need a little bit more yellow to it, which means I can scrub that yellow in. Let's not get into the thing. If you guys need to go, I understand. I'm well over my hour. But I felt the need to be creative live and get some work done, and I thought you might like it. So this is me working more on my process. And again, I'm trying to pull my painterly side and my cartoony side and finally get those gears to mesh as part of my growth. Yes, always name your layers. I always forget to. But yes, always name your layers. See, this is telling me that I definitely need to spend some time. Oh, wrong layer. There we go. Now we go there. We go here. Because I want this to be spooky, but I don't want this to be fully dark spooky. So take it easy, Carl. Let's just give them something to follow, like, wait, what? Yes, journey onward. And a lot of this is just playing and trusting the process. Right now, trusting the process is just absolutely tearing up some of these layers. And this is going to make it easier and more motivating for me to work on the verticality of these different trees and paint them in a bit. I'll probably have to use another layer because I slipped layers a couple times, but there's an evolution and there's a dimensionality, and that's what I am working towards. But it has been a bit, and I need to run an ad. I also want to put a big shout out to Dan Hallfield for letting me use his music, because my programs wouldn't be the same. So here we go.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphellion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. And let's check the chat because it's been a little quiet. Later's all. But I still have quite a few viewers, so I may just keep at it. And one thing I love is you never know what I'm going to do. Now, I have been requested, actually, in one of the more interesting factoids, to consider doing one of my crafts on Creatives at Play, because I was asked, and why aren't you doing that show? Well, I didn't want to be on every stream that people see. People need some streams without the glory of my presence. I mean, I understand I'm a wonder to behold, but that doesn't necessarily mean I need to be on every stream, because I'm sure it annoys the heck out of some people. Baha. But I don't know. So I wonder what you guys have to say. And furthermore, which of my many activities would you guys like to see me do? Because I want to support some of the other streams. So, wrong color. Check that back, although that does look cool. There we go. I needed to be looser with it. There we are. That looks much better. A little more loosey-goosey. Now, that's more, because this is like the venerable, it has to be like the angry old oak tree vibe. Well, thank you, Dawn. I really do appreciate that. I just have to do something tangible, if that makes sense. I need to either draw live or do wire working or wood burning or what else? Wood carving. I haven't done wood carving in a while. I really haven't done any wood carving in quite a while. Heck, I could make and design BSRs. I'm just curious what you guys would like to see me do as a potential design as a product, Do you just want to see me draw OG, this is Nick with a pencil and paper? Do you want to see I don't know. I just want to be of service. And the only way I'm going to be of service, I think, is by asking and discussing. Now, I need this brush right here. I need it to be an eraser because I need to do just a bit of this, just a bit of that. Oh, yep. Just make the trunks vanish in the bush. Oh, that went too far. That went too far. Hold on. But you're not even be sure where they start or end. Because at night, you can't always tell where the trees start and end. Although I realize I made a rather potent mistake up here. There we go. Wow, I made quite a few. Okay. You know what? We're going to use this on the bottom a bit. Oops. No. Oh, we want this. We want this. There we go. Because it gives us a nice blur where you're not really sure where the trees are, where they're starting, where they're going. That's starting to get good. Because when I work on the actual shading, because right now I've just done light effect and basic coloring. And I don't want to go too long, both in my show, because I have things I need to do today, and I like that. Not at all. That's garbage. Go away. Be gone, foul one. Would you shake a sinner's hand? Would you shake a poor sinner's hand? There we go. We'll do it like this. I do need to work on that part. But back over here. Let's see. I also need another normal layer way back here, though. Yep. If I do that like that. Yep, there we go. I know I need to work on that lantern. I keep forgetting to come back to it. What color do I want that lantern to be? Orange? Oh, yes. That gives it just an extra layer of pure, unadulterated goodiness. I like that. I want that to look warm, almost inviting, but not quite. Slightly problematic. Because that fits the vibe of the people I'm working with. Alrighty. Now, how is that looking on screen? Oh, see, I have to go and look at it on screen because it's almost, by just chance, by me working on it here and the screen differences, it's almost exactly 1-to-1 the size it'll be as a print, which is like 3 by 2.25, whatever playing card sizes. Now, what color do those need to be? That's a good point. What color do those need to be? Yeah, I think they need to be orange too. I'm liking the creeping colors that are here. So you have all this orange and this one little speck, and it really, I'm wondering if it shouldn't be electric blue in there. Let me see. Oh, yep, it should be electric blue. We'll just add a little bit more of that. We'll add some blue to the shading around it. Yes. Now we're getting somewhere. I still have the trail itself needs some work. It just needs, whoa, that, but not in that color. And not in that size. There we go. I want this to be mottled, not modeled. And it has to have, like the chunks need to look larger, nearer, even though most of this is going to be covered up by the lettering. It comes down to what I want it to look like and not finding the shortcut. I do need to do some coloring on this road. So we're going to come right here. And we're just going to add some brown. And it's one of those moments where I feel like a little kid just going color pretty la la la. But the gray needs to be a looming presence, not necessarily a present presence. Because that will allow me to come all the way back up to the soft light and get a soft yellow and kind of bespeckle the road. I want this to look alluring as heck, because this particular forest, while it is in my spooky set, it needs that Fey trap feel. And now we have to dabble in the hardest part, which is really hard because I like the shading already, but let's get down to business. Multiply. Give me that. Give me a fill. And actually, no, I want that one. Yes. Now, as we're doing this, I can come back here with this. I can go right here. And I can just start. Yep. And I can unveil what is to be seen. And what is to be known. What is clear. And what is concealed. And this is what's going to make this picture absolutely scream. Because I'm going to do the general layout of what I want my shading to cover and not cover. And what lines will be lost and such. And then I will tinker with you. I have to come all the way here. So I need a very light brown. Just to do that. It looks a little too green. But how does that look? Oh. Are we happy with this, guys? See, I don't want to go down that far. I just have to, now I'm tinkering with the opacity because it lets me adjust the relative darkness very easy. Oh, well, I like that. Okay. Now we get to ruin it. Look at me. I'm actually using a large quantity of layers. I am so proud of myself. Okay. I'm going to take gold. And we are going to make a... Where's my shapes? Where are my shapes? Hello, shapes. I need a rectangle. It needs not roundedness of corners. I think it needs to be sharp. And this color needs to be... Actually, it should be a very deep green. How deep a green can I get? That should work for later. But for now, we're going to do that. And let's see if this works. Oh. This one, we need that. There we go. That works nicely. And it popped. You see that pop? My release. Okay, fine. We'll do it with the mouse. Because this is one of those parts where I actually have better control with the mouse. So we do it with the mouse. That came out well. We like that. We're loving that. I may tinker with it just a bit, but we're working on it. Hey, if you're going to be productive, go on. I'm on a flow and I'm almost done with the picture. So have a great time. We'll keep on popping along if nobody minds. About and we'll come over here. Because this is part of the spooky set, we'll go find our friend Chiller. Hey, you guys are getting some bonus art because I had some technical difficulties. You just have to scroll on up. I know I could try typing it in, but that's no fun. Go right here. We'll go forest. And you will over here. We'll highlight. Sorry. I haven't even zoomed like almost this whole picture. That's funny. Now, if I move you like so. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try stretching this a bit. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Boink. Nice. Now, we like this. Okay, next, we can come to this layer, and I think I want to do this, and do this, and do that, which will close up the card. How do we like that? I think that's a good card. I think I like the vibe of it. I like the rough size of it, and I think it's come out pretty well. So I'm going to sign off on it. And What do I want to sign off on it? I hate this part. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come over here. Hey, you have a great day, Chris Walker. Thank you for coming by. And thank you to all the folks who are just hanging out quietly. You're always welcome to join the chat. I don't bite much. Need sulfane. Let's see if I go, yep. So I remember right, sulfane is in this? Yes, it is. My favorite font. And we need gold again. And we go Tockert 25. And we'll root that. It's going to be small. It's going to be small and out of the way. Like this. We're going to put it right about here. Give it a twist. Do I like that? Yeah. Let's see how close to straight I can get it. And let's move it down to the corner. And we will park it there. I think that'll look good. Let me see. How does that look? Yeah. For just a goofy mana, but it will fit my spooky forest. Save. File. Export single layer. PNG. We're going to fix the typos in here. Because I was very tired when I started this. Some of my best stuff is done when I am very tired. But that means I've got the spooky forest mana done. And I'm all for that. That's tappable. I think it works real well. I'll check with some of my other cards and send that to Mandy. But time for an ad. Let's see. I forgot to start the music back up.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indiecd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see. And an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And folks, that's what we're all about over here, is letting people art. So I'm going to ask you guys to keep doing it, keep drawing, keep creating, keep chasing your passions. Because as long as you do, you can edit, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodles all.